We are live.
Hello, America. Hello, world.
Okay. All right. How we all doing tonight? Okay.
It's me, you, and David. There's 0 people in the chat. Welcome to Zion Media. No one will ever see this because people don't go back on the 17 people.
Oh, there we go.
We got people showing up here in the chat. We wanted to jump on here and give everybody an update of what's going on in Missouri. There's several things that have transpired since we did our last live, and we want to give everybody an update. Oops. There's several things. Okay, I had to turn my phone off because I'm hearing myself talk. Okay, so here's what's going on. For how many people do we have on the live right now?
Only 23. I should do like a song and dance really quick. Let's talk really quick while it builds up. Let's talk about the 12 or the 1 o'clock podcast that we did today.
Okay, that's good because I don't want to give the meat of everything until I see more people jumping in here.
And Shane, the other thing we can talk about is after we talk about Michael B. Rush, we can talk about our $1,000 contest because we have a lot of good guests that are in the queue, and December 21st is 67 days away, right? So we're going to be giving away this $1,000, which means some of these guests are in the pipeline, which means we've gone through and started interviewing them. People have been submitting, you should talk to my friend, you should talk to this person, you should talk to this person.
Talk to me about first the guests that we have, and then talk to me about the 3 guests you were telling me about. Was it last night last night when we were at Sister Taylor's house?
Okay.
So tell everybody about these guests that we got.
There's a few that I know, Shane, you're talking to people, David's talking to people, but some of the people that I'm going through and vetting, one of them I talked about a little bit, but he now lives in Idaho, but he used to work for the Utah County Sheriff's Department. And the Utah County Sheriff's Department places sheriffs at all public facilities that have admission, and the Salt Lake Opera House, which is the Capitol Theater, downtown Salt Lake on Broadway, right across from Capitol Grill, Shane, where we were eating. Hey, HR. That place is haunted, okay? And when this guy started working for the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Department, he found out that if you got in trouble and if the sheriff didn't like you, he assigned you to the Capitol Theater because nobody wanted to work there because it's legit haunted. Not like a little bit haunted, but haunted. And I was like, my grandma sang for the Utah Opera, and I've been there so many times as a kid. I don't know that place is haunted. And as I'm talking to him, I'm thinking maybe this guy is a little wild. I go and I Google it. Go ahead, go Google it. Pages and pages and pages. That place is haunted. In fact, the Discovery Channel came out in 2013 and filmed an entire episode on it. And this guy, this sheriff, was on it. He was the main character. He told me like 15, 20 stories. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and I like wanted to get off because I was like getting scared, like I don't want to do this at night. So that's one that's just kind of like out there, right?
And we just filmed. It was almost 2.5 hours, and that's the reason why I'm still dressed like this, because I came home. I sloughed church. I had to come home. I sloughed Elders Quorum because we had on Michael B. Rush. And we were talking about the book of Enoch. We're talking about the Davidic servant. We're talking about the book of Revelation. I mean, we were talking about the deep state. It was an amazing podcast. Do we know when we're going to drop that one? What's our schedule like?
I think it's Wednesday or Thursday, if I remember right.
Thursday this week. We're going to drop that. So stay tuned. We may have to break it into 2 parts because it was so long. I don't know anybody wants to watch a 2.5 hour interview. But anyways, okay, we're getting people on here. Just so you know, we're waiting for people to join because we're going to give the details of what's going on out there in Missouri. Now, we made an announcement that we were going to do a gathering. Trevor, it's called the 8th Day of Assembly. Is that right?
Correcto.
So the name of the event is called the 8th Day of Assembly. And originally we were just going to do one meeting on the 25th. Well, what happened is then I got contacted through Chief Midegah, his people, and other tribal nations about doing an event on the 26th. And the event on the 26th is a ceremony. And so that is a private event. If you'd like to attend that event, we have a limited space. I only have space for about 100 people. So if you're driving from far away and you're going to be there on the night of the 26th, Trevor, how can they go? Do they go to our contact form? Is that the best place for them to go, to contact us?
So there's two ways that we're going to ask you guys to register for this so that we know who's coming, so that we don't run out of seats. And the first one is to the actual event, which is on the 25th.
Which is the general event. That's
general
for
event.
anybody and everybody.
Right now, we want you guys everybody to come. We want you to invite everybody. We're going to talk in this video about who particularly we want you to invite and different ways that you can invite, social media, different stuff. We're going to give some clues. But we want everyone. And if we fill the space that we're at, we'll go to the bigger, we'll go to the bigger, we'll go to a bigger. We'll keep going bigger. We're not going to not do this thing. If we have to do a Donald Trump style rally, we'll do one of those, right?
We have a spot that we can secure. It is, and I'm feeling like we're going to have to get there because I feel like we're going to have thousands of people based on the response and my email box and everything that's going on. But right now, it is set up for the Remnant Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which the address is, sorry, I'm looking at it here. It's in Independence, Missouri. It's a crazy address. We'll post it.
Here's the thing, guys. We're going to show you, and we're waiting a little bit until 8:10 until we get into everything. So right now, we're just giving you guys some little tidbits, and thank you for your patience. But we want to make sure we get as many people here as we do. There is a registration form. On this registration form, it's going to send you an email with the invite. And on this form, dynamically, we will publish the address. So when we know the address, we'll publish that. You just go back and click on the link, and the address will be on there. So don't worry about writing it down right now. We're also going to show you a little bit later on in this live stream how to go there, how to register, all that kind of stuff. So if you're untechnical, if you're watching this on your TV at home, don't worry about it. We're going to walk you through it like you're an 85-year-old grandma, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, and right now it's just called the Remnant Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. If we have to, and I'm feeling like we're going to have to, there's an auditorium that's owned by the Community of Christ that seats up to 5,700 people. I would love to pack that house. And I'm feeling like that's probably where this thing's going to end up. And I want to thank everybody. There are people that are going to watch this post live. We have had an outpouring of people donating through Venmo, donating through Zelle, donating through me going to their house and giving me cash because they didn't know how to donate. We have already booked Chief Midegah's flights. We've secured our Airbnbs and hotels. We got enough for food. So that is all covered. We still could use some support for our media. I want to make sure that when we bring this to you, we're going to have to rent equipment. We're going to have multiple cameras. We're going to have really good sound quality because for those of you watching it at home when we live stream this, I want to make sure that it is like watching a Donald Trump rally. That you can hear.
We got some crap for day one of the Ojibwe conference. People being like, the audio sucks.
Yeah, and it wasn't great. I'll be honest. It wasn't great. It was the first time we've ever done it. We're not going to make the same mistake twice. And so that means we've got to go and rent equipment. If you have equipment, listen, if you have equipment and you're willing to entrust David Douglas to set the equipment up, that's another way that you can participate by letting us borrow some equipment. So if you have cameras or lighting or mics or whatever you think might be helpful for us, reach out to us on our contact form. Now, that's the event on the 25th. That event starts the doors open at 5, and it's going to go as long as it needs to go. But we have a social event that's going to happen afterwards. We're going to have light hors d'oeuvres. If we have 5,000 people, Trevor, we're going to have to figure out how to feed 5,000 people, but we're going to figure it out. It's going to be
loaves going on here.
It's going to be a great day of gathering. And I want you to understand who we're inviting to this. We are inviting everybody who's a Book of Mormon believer. So that's everybody who believes in the Book of Mormon. Because if you believe in the Book of Mormon, then you believe that Jesus is the Christ, and you believe that Joseph Smith's a prophet of God. And this is about unifying us. And so we want to set all of the other doctrinal differences aside and focus on those three things. And remember the three great commandments: love God, love your neighbor, and love yourself. And that's what the gospel of Jesus Christ boils down to. And that's going to be the focus.
Shane, I have a friend who is very, very dear to me, who believes in Joseph Smith, believes in the Book of Mormon, has left the church, not excommunicated anything, just left the church, but still reads his Book of Mormon, knows it better than I do, right? And he has this idea of where the church went wrong, but he believes in his heart in the restoration. He believes in the stuff that Midegah is doing. He doesn't know if Midegah is the guy, right? But he knows that type of stuff is going to happen. And I got a text message, not knowing that he was watching this, and he goes, "Dude, I think I may want to come to this." And he goes, "What if it's happening?" You know, he's like, "Seriously, what if it's happening?" And he goes, "I've never stopped believing." He's like, I've stopped believing in the LDS church, but I've never stopped believing in the restoration, the Book of Mormon. And so when Shane says, who are we inviting to this? Everyone. We don't just mean the fundamentalists. We don't just mean the sects and all the different breakoffs in the branch. We mean those that have left. We mean those that still believe. And there's so many who have left. So many of your brothers and sisters and children and maybe even parents who have left. What a great opportunity to bring them into something that isn't just LDS corporate, right? This is bigger than that. This is everyone. This is
and a big shout out. I've learned so much about the people of Missouri that live out there. They've been gathering
for a minute.
Been doing stuff.
They're like, where you guys been, right?
Yes. And so I want us all to remember, as you look at a tree, there's one tree, and off of that tree shoots multiple different branches. But at the end of the day, it's the same tree. We're all part of the same tree here. The tree is Jesus Christ, and there's multiple branches. And this is our opportunity to begin the gathering. And so we're calling on everybody that wants to gather. I think Chief Midegah's got something prepared that's going to be absolutely fire. And like I said, there's another event on the 26th. So if you're coming all the way out there and you want to be a part of the ceremony, the Native American ceremony, we're only allowing about 100 people to attend this. We'll have a few hundred natives there. And this is the ceremony to usher in the 8th age.
Can you see this?
At this facility right here. So in this facility is where we're going to be hosting, or they're hosting us. But in the Seven Fires prophecy, they talk about an Ojibwe chief that will usher in the 8th age. The ceremony taking place at this facility, I don't know how it works. Chief Midegah certainly does, and so do the other natives. And so if you're coming from out of town, if you're in town, and this is something you want to attend, go to our Contact Us form. How do they go to the Contact Us form? How do they get a hold of us, Trevor?
Super simple. All you have to do when you are watching our video is click on the Zion Media logo or click on our name, Zion Media, right? It's then going to pop you up to our channel, and there's a thing that says Linktree. You click on Linktree, and Linktree is the gem for everything. It's got our Camorra records. It's got Enter the Contest. But there's a section that says Contact Us. And there you can go in and send us a direct message. It's the way that we do it instead of email right now.
Can they also register for the event on the 25th on our Linktree?
Yes, they can. In fact, let me show you should I walk through what that looks like?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Can we see that?
Yep.
Okay.
And maybe explain the 8th day of assembly, the Shimini Atzeret, uniting all of Zion. Like, what is all that? What's all the symbols I'm seeing on this?
Okay, let me go through it. So this is just some artwork that ties in everything of the conference, from the House of Israel to LDS. But Shemini Atzeret is Hebrew for the 8th day of assembly. Okay. That's why this is named the 8th day of assembly. This day, October 25th, is a Jewish holiday. It's the end of their Jewish holiday. It's Sukkot or Sukkot, or however you pronounce it. And the name of this day is the 8th day of assembly. That's why this has been named that, to coincide with it. But it is a meeting of unity, of coming together. Yom Kippur was 8 days prior, or 10 days prior, whenever this was. And this is basically the end of these holy days and their gathering. So let me just read through this real quick. When you come to our Zion Media link tree, there's going to be a thing that links you here. Okay, this is where you register for the event. This has all of the information. It shows the date. It shows the location. Here's where we will update the location as it changes, and we have it. You can literally click on a map, but the address will be right here.
But please sign up, because we want to get a good idea of how many people are coming, so that we know what venue we need to have. And
we have to know if you're coming. If you're not coming, if you're not registering and not coming, please don't come, because it messes stuff up. But on here it has the schedule of events. Can
you go through that? Can you scroll through that?
Absolutely. Okay, so on October 25th from 5 to 10:30 p.m. in Independence, Missouri, this historic gathering begins in Independence, Missouri.
I can't see it. Where are you reading? I can't see it on the screen.
Oh, you can't?
No.
I don't know. It's moving on my screen.
It says you need to do, we value privacy, limit cookies, or something like that.
Yeah, I see the same thing.
I don't know why it's not moving, because I'm moving it.
We'll change the screen, go back to us, figure it out, and then we'll come back to this. Okay, there it goes.
This? Is that moving?
It did just a second. Yeah, go down.
Okay, I got it.
Can you click out of that cookies things, limit use of cookies? We value your privacy.
I don't see that on my screen.
Huh. Yeah, it might be on a different tab or window, because I saw it move just for a brief moment. I wonder if
that's not working, Trev. So figure that out. Let's go back. We'll come back to this when Trevor gets this working. So we have a whole agenda, and I want to just kind of walk through what the agenda is going to look like. From 5 o'clock, the doors open. We hope you show up, start people, grab a seat. The events will kick off at 6 o'clock, and then be kicked off by our Native American brothers and sisters. We have drums and flutes, and the Native Americans will open this gathering on the 25th. We will then have 4 speakers that you will hear from. One of them is an apostle of one of the, there it is. One of them is an apostle from one of the branches. We'll also be hearing from Kathy Adams. You'll get to know her. She's amazing. I've spoken to her on the phone. I'm going to be speaking, and I'm waiting to hear from one other person on confirming if they're going to be able to speak. Trevor Keys is going to be conducting this meeting. David the Lion Douglas is going to be all over the audio and visual stuff. And if you're out there and you have any experience in audio, we want you to join the Zion Media team for that day. Help us out, getting things set up, make sure everything's working right, would be awesome. But that will cover about the first hour. Then we will have a intermediate musical number, Native American, to welcome in Chief Midegah. Chief Midegah is then going to take the next hour and give his address, talk about what we're doing, why we're doing this, why he's doing this, what his mission is, and unifying not just all of these branches, but he's got a really, really big job to also unify many of the Native American tribes and kind of bring them back together, have them be of one heart and of one mind. And so the gathering and the uniting is taking place. He'll address us for at least an hour, and then we're going to open it up to a Q&A. For those of you who will be joining the live, you can go ahead and chime in questions there. We'll ask questions, but we'll also have a mic runner that's going to run a mic around. Obviously, if we got 5,000 people, we'll figure that out and how to get questions. But I want to give people the opportunity to ask Chief David Midegah some questions. When the questions are up, whether that's done at 8:30 or whenever it is, we'll have a little social gathering. We'll have some light hors d'oeuvres. And the idea is, I talked to a guy, shout out Spencer Aldridge if you're watching. He is with the Church of Jesus Christ. That's the name of the church he belongs to, the Church of Jesus Christ. And they're break off. They're also known as the Bickertonites. I didn't realize how big they were. Trevor, did you know how big the Bickertonites are? They have like 25. David, did you know this? 25,000 members. They're actually the third largest. So it goes the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Community of Christ, then the Bickertonites. And
largest. Wow.
Today, and it was so intriguing for me to learn about where they're at. And so this is an opportunity for us to kind of learn about where everybody else is at. What's going on? What are they feeling? What are they seeing? And this is the time to gather. This is the time to unite. This is the time to bring the family back together. And I know all of you in Missouri, you've been doing this, okay? And I hope you'll give us grace. If I say something dumb, we say something that, don't take it. You got to remember, us guys here in Utah, we've been drinking the Kool-Aid for a long time. And so we have a certain vernacular that we use. And I apologize. I'm going to do the best job I can, because the last thing we want to do is offend anybody. We want to unite everybody. That's our goal. Okay, Trevor.
And for all of you that are, outside of the LDS bubble, just know that we put our foot in our mouth all the time. We've got 120 some odd videos. You can see us doing it. So just know we're coming from love. All right. So
you guys to combine.
Yeah. Let's see if this works. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So right here, can you see my cursor above Zion Media link tree?
Yes.
Yep.
Click on this. It's going to open you up, and hey, there we are. Get your tickets here.
Oh,
it didn't work. It didn't work.
Really?
David, I'm gonna. David, do you think David can do it? Because David's now.
I know why it did it.
Okay.
I know why it did it. Be not fear you.
Okay, I'm locked and loaded, just so you know. Just
okay. We're back here. You can see my Zion Media, right?
Yep.
And then when you click on Linktree.
Yep. Okay, now it's going. Yep.
All right. Get your tickets here.
Yep.
By the way, I want to pump a couple other things. Join us in Mexico. Contest details. Help David with some money to Mexico. Camorra. And here's the contact us. So Shane, you were talking about if they want to go to the private event that only holds 100, we want you to come here.
Hey, let me just announce there's another event. If you happen to get out there on the 24th and you want to go to Adam-on-Diamond, we have another event where we'll have dinner. We have people that are bringing food that have offered up a ranch at Adam-on-Diamond, and we have a place secured for 100 people there. So this will be the pre-meeting. And so if you want to have a meeting and meet Chief Midegah on the 24th at Adam-on-Diamond, I sign up there on that contact form. Let us know you'd like to come to that as well. We only want about 100 people there to that. So we got a meeting on the 24th.
Are we going to be there at night?
Yes, at Adam-on-Diamond.
Can we do UFO looking at night?
Yes.
Afterwards?
But Chief Midegah is going to be talking. I have another guy named Joel Adams. He's going to be talking. And I just want to talk about this gathering. I want to talk about what is the prophecy. I want to talk about what it is with Adam. I've never been to Adam-on-Diamond. So I want to talk about what is Adam-on-Diamond all about? What's the hype all about, So that'll be starting at 5:30 on the 24th at Adam-on-Diamond. Once you sign up, we'll give you the location so you know where to meet. We may ask you to bring a bag of chips. It's going to be a potluck, but no green Jell-O. That's our only ask. No green Jell-O.
Okay, so I'm going to organize this all back into one concentric circle. So we're going back over to the registration Zion Media to Linktree. And then once you click on get tickets here, this is for the 25th. This down here is our generic contact us for the 24th for the Native American festival ceremony. Yep. Okay. So we're going to go click tickets here, and I want to walk you through exactly how to do this. This is going to be kind of your idiot's guide on a phone or okay. Yes. Here's where it comes to. You see my screen okay?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So this tells you about the event. We won't read through this, but as you go to the bottom, adult attendees, children attendees, so you click on add to cart.
And the event's free, right, Trevor?
The event is free. You can see up here, $0. I'm going to put 2, and I'm going to do fake. If I could type. Okay, and then I don't think it requires phone number, but if you do have a phone number and your email address, this will give you a notification if the event changes, and it will give you one notification before the event as well. We're not going to spam you and any of that stuff, just so you know. So you go add to cart, and then you see over here, summary. You can do keep shopping, or you can go check out. You go to continue. Oh, it does want my email to check out. Okay, gonna ask me for my information. I don't know why it made me do this twice. Blah, 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 blah. Password.
You're actually already done, Trevor. That's how fast it was.
Oh, okay.
When I did it, it was done. The checkout, I think, is just for something else.
Okay. And I did it on my phone prior. I wanted to show one other thing here. If you go here, we've had people ask us, Shane, I know that you've had a lot of people say, how do I
are you going to talk about, there's a lot of people that like, I can't Venmo, or I don't know how to Zelle, or, you know?
Yeah,
I want to support. I want to donate. I want to be a part. I want to do it. Now, David will flash up the Zelle and the Venmo. We can still use your help. Anything you can do. I saw a $2 super chat from Lenzo. Thank you, Lenzo. That $2. I didn't realize how much $5, $2, $20 adds up. So anything you can do to help support Chief Midegah, help us make sure that we bring you high quality live stream. Please go ahead, hit our Venmo, hit our Zelle. You can also donate, and I think Trevor's pulling this up. You can also donate right there when you're getting your tickets. Yeah, there's a way to donate, and there's a way if you want to donate if you think you got some talents. I don't know if you kept that in there, because we're going to need some people that are going to help with ushers. We're going to need some people that are going to help with chair setup. So if you're willing, if you can't donate any money, if you're willing to donate your time and help us set everything up, that would be huge as well. So, Trevor, do you got anything?
Yes, I do. Had to completely log out.
But, yes. And I want to thank, we had people donate up to, like, we had a person donate $500, a person donate $250. That was huge, because you got to understand, we got to fly Midegah from Ontario down to Independence, and then from Kansas City, and then Kansas City, we got to fly him back to Germany, because he's got to be there. He's got to get back home to see his boys. So this is expensive. So thank you for all of you who supported us. Rich blessings, I promise.
Okay, so people in Canada, we've had people in Canada say, I can't Venmo in the US, I can't do Zelle in the US. We've had people that have no Zelle, no Venmo, and you've asked, how can I do it? I have a credit card, I could do it. This is now the easy way to do it. So you go to the same registration page, right? And below getting a ticket, there's a thing that says optional donation. You can donate for food or to the event, and put the amount, and it takes all major credit cards. And then these guys take like 3% of it for a processing fee, and then give Zions the rest. So super simple.
Yeah. thank you. Go on there. We still could use an extra couple $1,000s to just have everything covered. This thing's going to go no matter what. So we're calling on all of Zion to do what you can to contribute, to help out. I'll have David flash up the Venmo.
Well, and like we said before, Shane, on the prior podcast, people may not know this, but Shane and I make $0 on Zion Media. Even when we get to 100,000 subscribers and we're massive, we've decided we're never going to take money on it. It's always going to go back in to the charity and to the foundation, and do events like these and other events. So if there is a few $100s extra that goes on, it's going to go to the next one. And
yeah,
so
Trevor
just know that we're not making money on this ever.
Trevor and I are fortunate enough to have other jobs and other things going on. We do pay David Douglas from the proceeds, but he does all the heavy lifting for us, all the video editing, all the marketing, the promoting,
David gets paid from our YouTube revenue and money that Shane and I might subsidize. So none of these funds, we look at these as absolutely sacred, going towards these events. And I just want people to know, we went yesterday to this amazing, one of our viewers' houses, and she gave $25 from her heart. And it was a big deal. And it's so sacred and so special.
He prayed over, like, nothing against David, but she was like, I was trying to decide how much of the $25 I should do to Chief Midegah and David going to Mexico, and the Spirit told me all 25 needs to go to Midegah. And I just
at first, though, the David the Lion did get 5 of the 25,
and then
the Spirit corrected her.
Yeah. So. But that was so cool. It was like the widow's mite. It was like we were living the story of the widow's mite. Sister Taylor, if you're watching, we love you. Thank you so much for letting us come over and visit with you and your daughter. And it was me and Trevor and my wife. We had a dinner actually with one of our guests, and he chose to go to Chuckarama. Chuckarama. It was all right. I love Chuckarama. But after Chuckarama, we went over to Sister Taylor's house. I would like to maybe you can keep that up there, David, because we can still take all the donations we can get. I want to tell, and this isn't an invitation. Let me be clear. This is not an invitation. But I had a guy named David Taylor, of all names. He watches our channel, and he messaged me on Facebook, and he's been struggling. He hasn't been a member of the church for 19 years. He got excommunicated, was afraid to go talk to the bishop, was afraid. He wants to get back into the church.
Wants to come back bad.
Literally wants to come back bad. But he didn't know what to do. And he sent me this long message, and the Spirit just said, reach out to him. I reached out to him. We had a conversation, and we had agreed that, I would go ahead and give him a blessing. And it happened at Chuckarama. I had him meet us at Chuckarama, and I had me and David the Lion Douglas and Trevor Keys and a couple other priesthood holders. And we were trying to figure out, where are we going to do this at? Like, we don't want to be doing it in public. And we just started walking behind the building, and we were going to do it at this one place. And Trevor looked to the right and he said, no, there's a chair and tables behind the building. Nobody was there.
In this little alcove. Yeah, total private. I was embarrassed when we were walking out there. You guys got to know, I'm saying, I feel like we're praying in a public restaurant, you guys. Like, are we just going to bless him here in this parking lot? And Shane's like, no, we'll find a place. I'm like, where are we going to find a place? The freeway's behind us. There's parking lots and restaurants. And it's like the Red Sea parted, and we found this little alcove that was triangular.
They were red
little chair. We were talking like, anyways, in the middle of the blessing, I completely forgot we were standing 150 feet from the freeway.
It was like quiet. It was so interesting.
Yeah, it was very strange.
I should tell you, with all of that, I got a message from him today, and this is what he said. Because Trevor had given him some counsel, like, hey, go tomorrow, go talk to your bishop, set everything up. They want you back. The Lord wants you back. That was Trevor's message. The Lord wants you back. Trust me, the Lord wants you back. He said, hey, Shane, just following up with you about this morning at church. I attended sacrament meeting and spoke with Bishop Kimball. He said that he wants me to meet with the stake president and discuss the repentance process and eventual rebaptism into the church. How cool is that?
Let's go, David Taylor.
So what we're doing here, that's the money, like money. I read this scripture and it says, how great shall be your joy if you bring but one soul back to me. And that's what the prophet was talking about, the 99 plus one. Go and get that one. And I feel like we have such a unique opportunity and platform to bring people back to Christ. And I just feel privileged to have the opportunity. I never would have thought this channel would have done what it has done. I just wanted to interview Cloudpiler, honestly. And then it turned into, let's do 100 videos in 100 days. And now it's like, let's keep posting every day because I'm seeing the fruits. I'm seeing the videos that we're doing. Somehow we're seeing something that is impacting somebody's life positively. And I want you to know it's impacting my life positively. I'm a better husband because of this show. I'm a better student of the scriptures because of this show. Ultimately, I'm a better disciple of Jesus Christ because of this show. And because I'm thinking about these things are top of mind. I would much rather do this than work on the real estate stuff that I have going on, but I plow the field and then I'm so excited. Who are we going to talk to? Who are we going to have on the podcast? Who's going to DM me? Who's going to message me? And who am I going to be able to help like that David Taylor?
So Shane, I have a question. While we're kind of gathering thoughts, Zion Media and Zion Streaming, the foundation, right? Where we're going to work with Chief Midegah and other people and help build this Indian Cultural Center. One of the things I wanted to ask, and just throw it out there, we can vote on it later. But what do you think about if we talk to Elon Musk and got those machines that they do the boring tunnels, you know, where they dig the car tunnels, and we dig a tunnel to the center of the earth and we go meet the remnant of Jacob and all those guys in the Hollow Earth?
It's not a bad idea, Trevor. We know that's where they're at, so we got to go. And they might be stuck, so you might really be onto something. We might need to go free them.
How do we know it's not us that's supposed to?
I know. And so if you're having the idea, Elon, if you're watching, he probably is. He's probably watching.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to the event. If you're coming out there on the 24th and you want to meet Chief Midegah and you want to eat some good food and you want to be at Adam-ondi-Ahman and you want to be like me and learn more about what is all this about Adam-ondi-Ahman? And we know there's supposed to be a big meeting there where Christ is supposed to come. So I want to know where it's at, just so in case I get the invite.
I really want to go to Adam-ondi-Ahman. I mean, I've heard so many stories of how you can see all this land laid out. I've heard stories. I don't know if this is true. I want to go see it for myself. Have you heard like power outlets and, you know, stripping for trailers in place? Have you heard stuff like this?
I heard something about there's the altar of Adam is at Adam-ondi-Ahman.
Well, I've heard things like they've prepared like an RV park for like 40,000 people stubbed for electrical already. Things like that. You know, I'm getting like the infrastructure, and there's like senior couples that are there and they're doing like construction stuff. Is that urban legend? Is that actually true?
I gotta give a big shout out to Jeff Foley. Listen, we met Jeff Foley when we first started the channel. We released a Cloudpiler and we get this call from this guy that's got this wild hair and he's down there. I don't know where he was at.
He owns a very historic house.
He does. We're gonna go there. That's the Heritage something center. So we're gonna go. But let me tell you about Jeff Foley. Jeff Foley, literally, this guy knows everybody in Missouri. Any remnant branch, it's like the Lord has prepared this guy to know everybody and have all their contacts for like this event or any future event. It's like Jeff Foley knows the guy at this church and the guy at that church and the guy at this church, and he just knows everybody. And so he's helping me. He's put me in contact with so many. I have like 75 text threads with Jeff Foley putting me on text threads for people. I can't even keep track.
You've been put on text threads with apostles from other churches.
Right. And we do have potentially Patrick McKay. It's not confirmed, but he's the apostle that we've invited to come and speak at this event. Hopefully I'll hear soon. So if you're watching,
there's some good YouTube videos of Patrick McKay. If anybody wants to go and hear him, guys, very, very sharp. That would be really cool. Maybe you Community of Christ members that are watching can encourage that. We would love that. That would be
You know who I'm hoping comes? I'm hoping Stephen Pinecker comes, because I feel like whether he knows it or not, he's been gathering. So Stephen Pinecker, if you're watching.
Oh, we get Stephen.
And if you don't have money, I bet our Zion Media people will donate money to have Stephen Pinecker come out there. So Stephen, if you're watching, if somebody knows
his YouTube channel again,
the Book of Mormon Reviews.
Book of Mormon Reviews. Thank you. For those of you who don't know, who's Stephen Pinecker? Go look YouTube, Book of Mormon Reviews. This guy isn't LDS.
He's evangelical.
Yeah, he's evangelical. Loves the Book of Mormon.
Yeah, and is so interested in this. Maybe it's for the gathering. So I just got these messages from Jeff Foley. He said something about 2 Esdras 13, and then he says, lost tribes are on their way back even now. So he might know something we don't know, and we might not even need Elon Musk.
Well, listen, Shane, the 24th, if we're going to be at Adam on Diamond, and I don't even, every time I say it, I want you guys to know, my brain tells me you have no idea how to pronounce it. And so I do kind of like this work of art. I say Adam on Diamond, and I don't ever exactly say it because I don't know what it is. I just want you guys to know that. I have no clue what it is. So that night on the 24th at Adam on Diamond, anyone that's watching this that wants to sit out on the lawn chair with me and look at the beautiful sky and God's creation and look for UFOs, come on, let's go.
Hit us up on our contact form. If you're out there in Missouri, if you're in, I think it's Jamestown or Jameson or something like that, and you live local, join us. If you're coming out, join us. 100 people, 150 people, I don't care. Join us out there. Come meet Chief Midegah. Come learn what we're doing. We may even live stream that. I don't know if we have our camera crew and we can get everybody out there, but that's on the night of the 24th.
Cool. If we can't live stream it, maybe we can record it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll have internet, or I don't know. I don't know if Adam on Diamond has Wi-Fi or not. So I'm unfamiliar with what its capabilities are.
Are we gonna go to Liberty Jail? Is that in the cards?
Yes. So for me, one of the main reasons I'm going out there is either on Friday or Saturday, and anybody's welcome to join us and do a little tour. It's always more fun with other people. But my great-great-great-grandfather is a guy named Caleb Baldwin, and he was in Liberty Jail with the prophet Joseph Smith, and he penned D&C 121, 122, and 123. And for those of you who know me, you know I spent 5 years in jail. And I can tell you that I could feel the presence of Caleb Baldwin with me in my darkest hours, letting me know that it's okay. And my understanding is that Liberty Jail is a horrible, horrible place. You can't stand up straight. So I look at my prison experience versus his prison experience, and I say to myself, would I rather 5 years in, it's still prison, but they were going to the bathroom in the corner. It was rough. I can't imagine the food they were eating, but it was rough. And
we've got a video that we're going to be doing with Mike Rigby on a dream or a vision that he experienced about Liberty Jail that he shared with Shane and I.
Wow.
Yeah. Now,
very intense.
I have delayed going to Missouri. Like I've been invited to go, and I don't know why it's never worked out, but I have never been to Missouri. I even owned an industrial building in St. Louis and never made it out there. I bought it. I owned it. I never even made it out there to Missouri to see this.
Why?
You know what? Honestly,
you don't like the people of Missouri.
I don't know. I love the people of Missouri now that I know them, but I don't know why. I just thought, I don't know if I can buy into all this stuff in Missouri. And these people ran the the members at the time out of Dodge. I mean, they had I think it was Governor Boggs that said he would kill somebody. And, you know, so I'm like, I don't want to go to Missouri. Like they don't like us out there. I didn't realize what's going on out there. I didn't realize how rich in restoration history it is. I didn't realize that. And I think I'm also like, man, I'm going to be overwhelmed when I go and see that Liberty Jail. And so I just wanted to make sure that I was in the right spot to do this. So I'm excited to go. We have this awesome tour guide at Adamondiaman that's going to be giving us a tour. So we're going to do our tour at 2:30 at Adamondiaman with Tamara. And then at 5:30, if you say you're going to come, we'll give you the address, ask you to bring some Doritos or something. We'll have food there, and we'll eat. We'll listen to Chief Midegah. We'll listen to Joel Adams. Just talk about the special nature of Adamondiaman. I know Midegah's talked about Adamondiaman being a very sacred place for the Ojibwe people as well. And so he's got a lot of stories about Adamondiaman. Hey, David, if you could flash up again, we still need a little bit of money. If you can donate anything, Venmo, Zelle, Venmo's at Zion Streaming, our Zion Streaming LLC. It's my email, ShaneBaldwin234@gmail.com. And listen, if you have any questions, my email's right there. Just email me. I respond to everybody. I do phone calls all the time. I follow up with every single person that reaches out to me. I don't care if I got to stay up till midnight. I will absolutely answer any questions that you have if I have an answer. And we really appreciate anything you can do to help Chief Midegah, to help us bring you this, in my opinion, a historic event of gathering. And I apologize as somebody that's out here, a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, that I haven't done this sooner, because my patriarchal blessing says I have a responsibility to gather the tribes of Israel. And I'm now taking that responsibility serious. I am so grateful for all of you out there in Missouri. Forrest Liggett, I don't know how to say it. He's the one with the Cherokee tribe, Johnny Pearson. They're coordinating and orchestrating the event on the 26th. They're helping me on the event on the 25th, make sure we got drummers and singers. And so I'm so grateful. You got something here? Play it, Trev. You're on mute. Trevor, you're on mute.
Dave, can you take off the Zelle thing? I'm going to go full screen on this. This is something that I didn't know about, and I kind of wanted to ask round table, like, did you guys know that the final temple in Independence, Missouri isn't one temple? It's 24 temples. Do you ever hear that?
I've never heard that. I just thought I was going to
show me the video. Show me the video.
Hey, no, I'm stringing you along here, dude. I just listened to you for 50 minutes. You're going to listen to this. Mr. Blabberlot. Okay, here we go. Here's the video.
Share your screen.
Yeah, share your screen.
Oh, sorry, you got me too.
Is this on the temple site?
There's empty land for this. You can go Google where this is exactly.
Who owns the land?
I don't know that actually.
Like the Kirtland Temple.
It looks like the Nauvoo temple inside, but apparently this is VR. So I went in and put my Oculus on. See how this is 360 view?
Yeah, keep playing it. I want to watch this.
Well, it's kind of boring inside here, and it's formatted weird. You really want to see this?
I mean, I did, but now you just fast forward through the whole thing, so I guess I saw it now. Hey, so those are where the 12 will sit, right up there, right? Install the assembly rooms.
Draft the screen.
Owns this land.
You can look at
I don't know. Let's see if this tells us anything here.
And listen, if you know, post in the comments. So
this is a mock-up of what the Independence, Missouri temple might have looked like based on the instructions by the saints. Joseph Smith Joseph Smith this is a blueprint. You can actually go and see the blueprint of this. He had an architect do it.
For more information about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So does the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints own this?
I don't know. But this dude has some of the coolest videos of temple. Like, major shout out, Brian. Highly recommend. He has these incredible aerial views of every single temple with just beautiful, beautiful music. And he has it in like the 3D model, but then he goes to like real aerial views as well. It's super cool. Anyway,
let me shout out Jim Wetstein, little super chat for $25. He says, for whatever do you need to use it for, Jim, it's going to go to help us with this event. So we thank you for that super chat.
Yes, should we have a few questions before we wrap up?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, we got information out there. But Trevor, we need to get people sharing it on social media.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, so there's a few strategies. We want to just state the obvious in case you're not thinking about it. But think of all of the LDS chat groups that are out there on Facebook. If you're not in there, just go in and type in LDS, look under groups. There's tons of groups. You can enter for free. And if you want to, you can leave them in a week or so. But let's start spreading this. But if you're in them already, go in and share this. Look for groups that aren't LDS, because we're looking to reach outside of the community that you know are this
remnant. I mean,
yeah, remnant. And then so
even us as members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we're a branch. Like, we're not the tree.
Right.
Let's be clear. Jesus
Let's be serious.
Tree. We're just a branch on the tree.
So Facebook groups, Telegram groups, WhatsApp groups, and then think of your family group feeds, your friend group feeds on your text, right? Get this out there and then encourage them to share it as well, because we want this to get out to all of the branches. Please, please, please.
BRANCH. And
look at HR asking the most important question.
Oh, I heard it's perfect, actually. Somebody's like, it is perfect weather right now. When I was talking to Jeff Foley and Spencer Aldridge, they're out there. They're like, it's the most beautiful time of the year right now. There they go. Shauna says, Missouri is beautiful. It's so lush and green. Listen, this has come about so quick. Deb Tigerson says, I really want to go on the 25th of October. Listen, you can do it, Deb. We want you to come out there. And Shauna's right. This is the central place for Zion. It seems to be very central. I mean, if we're talking about North America, this seems to be very central. So listen, I've got a meeting, interestingly enough, and this is happening on Thursday. If Thursday's the 17th, I got a group that reached out to me. They're Levites. They heard about what's going on, and they're coming to my house. And the Church of Christ, Temple Lot 1830 owns the lot. Okay. But I had these Levites reach out to me, and they want to meet. They want to know what's going on. So they're coming to my house on the 17th.
What does that mean, they're Levites? Does it mean they're Jews?
They're from the tribe of Levi.
Are they Jewish? Do they practice Judaism?
Yes, they do. Because when they call me, they say, Shalom, Shane. I've never met them.
They live in Utah?
No. They're coming in from out of town.
Okay.
So, I mean, the gathering's happening. Who knows how many people have just been like, who knows how many people have been visited by messengers from our Father and just says, just wait. And then when they see something, it's like, ding, 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 ding. Okay, it's time. So I don't know. I just know that we have this cool platform at Zion Media, and I feel like it's time for us to set aside differences and just unite.
Well, one cool thing that I'm excited about this conference, Shane, is I'm excited for all of us as a community to start talking about what should we be doing, right? Like, it's not clearly written out what we should be doing, but there are a lot of things that I would like to be talking about is what should we be doing with Zion? And at least in my path, because I'm here with Zion Media, is what can we do with the foundation? What should we be doing? I'm not, I'm smart enough to know that I'm not the guy that knows what we should be doing, but I'm smart enough to listen to that wise advice. And I hope we can all be, I'm excited for the networking that's going to be going on, right? And
I am too. I'm so pumped to meet
amazing people out there that we've already been meeting. Incredible.
Like literally, I had no idea how many people are so much further ahead than I am on this gathering to Missouri.
Yeah, we've been here for 14 years, bro.
Yeah, and I'm just going like, oh yeah. So,
hey, they can't blame us. The solar eclipse just happened in April.
That's true.
They can't blame us.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what we were waiting for, right? We knew that, right? That's got to happen. Hey, the red heifers get sacrificed.
Listen, if I went into my daughter's room with a magic marker or a paint swab and marked an X on her room from ceiling to floor, a big red X, she'd know that she's in trouble and that something's going on. That just happened in April with the sun. Okay. Over America.
True.
Over this area that we're going to.
And oh, by the way, you should tune in to the podcast we filmed today because we learned some things that might be happening in America that are a little bit scary if Ezra Eagle's prophecy comes true. We were talking
Michael B. Rush.
So stay tuned for that episode. Okay. Anybody have any questions on the chat?
I haven't seen a lot of questions.
Meeting with after that happens. Yes. So one of the things they sent me, and I'm pretty sure I'm okay to announce this, but they have a scroll that was found in India in 1803. And these guys they speak Hebrew. And this scroll had the Book of Revelation on it. And they sent it to me. It's not yet published. It's not out there. But they translated from the Hebrew the Book of Revelation. And what had happened too is they had seen one of my videos that I'd done on Revelation. And they're like, the only way he could know that is if he had this translation. And we're the only ones that have this translation. So it's going to be a fun meeting. And I will give an update to everybody. Hopefully I can talk them into coming on our show and talking about it, because when you see the translation from Hebrew, you go, oh my gosh.
You say, who's that then?
Who's that guy?
Hey, okay, so Shane, a couple of this, just to keep going, because if people are here, like, we may as well keep talking, and I'm having fun. If you're having fun,
I'm
people that are hopefully coming on the show that we're in the interview process. There is a guy who used to be a bishop who lives in Maui, Hawaii. Okay, and when he was in his late 20s, he lived in kind of like a poor part of Hawaii. He's a local indigenous guy. He got called to be a bishop. And he didn't know how to read and write, but people in his ward didn't know. He knew how to cover it, right? Very embarrassed of it. And so he didn't feel not worthy. He couldn't accept the calling. And so in like his most broken, humble way, went to the Lord with the faith of the brother Jared and asked God to send him someone that could help him read and write, basically teach him how to read and write. And this guy accounts that one of the three Nephites came to him, not immediately, eventually came to him, literally worked with him, taught him how to read and write. And here's the deal. This guy is still alive. And our contact that's connecting us was there in person when he told this story. This isn't a guy heard this at 7-Eleven or in Elders Quorum. Okay, this is firsthand. And he says he's willing to come on Zion and talk about it. That's number one.
Yeah. Dude, tell about the white Nephites. Can you do the white Nephites? Can you tell the story about the white Nephites?
Yes, but let's just appreciate that really quick. The thing that amazed me about it is he could have, with the same faith, asked God to give him a download and help him have immediate understanding, right? That God could do it any way that he asked, but because he asked God to send him someone that could help him learn to read and write, God was bound by that. And who's here on earth that could help him read and write? John and one of the 3 Nephites. So
that's cool.
That's really cool. Okay. So there is a guy who now lives in Wendover, and he's had some pretty amazing experiences and had a pretty incredible patriarchal blessing. He's had a personal experience with the Savior, and checks out. Like, we checked him out through multiple people. And years ago, 14 years ago, he lived in Oaxaca, Mexico, doing construction. And over the years, he built a relationship with these people in Oaxaca, Mexico. And he heard of an indigenous people that lived off the grid, completely cut off. And when people heard that he was Mormon, they're like, those guys believe in the Book of Mormon. And he was like, what? These people that live off the grid? You know, and so the more that he started learning about it and finding out about it, they're like, oh, you know, and they're all Spanish down there. Mexico's like, you're talking about the white Nephites. And he's like, the what? He finds out that these guys call themselves the white Nephites. And long story short, there's a whole entire community. I don't know if it's hundreds or thousands of these people who are indeed fairer complexion, who say that they have a record back through the Book of Mormon. They identify with the Book of Mormon. They know of the Book of Mormon. They have their own temple. They have clothing that is similar to garments. They have a story that in the last days, there's going to be an earthquake so bad that it splits the Mississippi or Missouri River open, and they can sail their boats from Oaxaca up the Gulf of Mexico, straight up the Mississippi to Adamant-Diamond and build the temple. That's their prophecy. They're supposed to build the temple.
Crazy. Crazy stuff.
And the crazier thing about it is, when we go on November the 16th, we're going to try to make communication with these guys. I would say we have a 3% chance, unless this guy comes with us, because they're very, very
particular.
Yeah. Exclusive.
But these are the kind of stories that we're bringing to you.
One more, because it's really cool about the NEM. So there's another lady in Hawaii, in Kapa'a, and in 2003 or 4, she had this incredible detailed dream about a book of scriptures that was going to come out, how it was connected through the Book of Mormon, saw many of the things in the storyline of this book, and saw the man who translated them did them through a crystal skull. Did you just hear what I said?
Familiar?
So then all of a sudden the Nemenhah comes out. And so if she had this dream or vision in 2004, she's just been looking her entire life. And eventually she runs into the Nemenhah, finds it, and it's 100%. This lady had a dream of the Mentana archives of the Nemenhah in 2004, before this thing was even published and in the public domain.
Hey,
she's alive and might come on Zion Media.
That's so crazy. Okay. Last plug for donations. If you could go down to the other screens, this is the last plug for the donations. Zion streaming on Venmo. Listen, if you are contributing, if you're contributing, like I've had people contribute like $250, $500, and I'm like, I want to call you and say thank you and do a FaceTime with you or something, because I'm so grateful and I want to express my gratefulness. So if you want me to call you and you make a donation, put in the notes on your Venmo, your number, put in an email to me, and so I can at least say thank you, or email me and I'll thank you for your email. But I've had a few people do that, and I've just called them on the phone, and I'm just like, I just want to thank you. I know Chief Midegah, remember, he's doing his 12-day, he's like a week in now. He's still alive. He said, I get contact with him like sporadically. They'll let him have his phone like once every 4 days for like 10 minutes. So he and I are in communication. He is blown away about what's going on right now. And we kind of knew what was going on. We're like, we're going to send you up there. We're going to take care of this. And you're going to be blown away. We're going to make sure we can get you covered, get you to Missouri. I told him this. I said, don't worry about spending $1. Don't worry about food. We got it covered. And thank you to all of you that watch Zion Media for contributing.
And that's huge. I know there's a lot of you guys out there who love Midegah. He was so stressed going into that fast. And in the back of his mind, he's financially worried about how's he going to get to Missouri? How's he going to get back to Germany? And Shane stepped in and was like, bro, we'll figure that out. We'll take care of it. You don't worry about that at all. And you could see I heard you tell him 3 or 4 times. He still wouldn't let it go. And we're like, we got it. And for Shane to be able to call him at this retreat 6 days into his fast and say, people of Zion Media already took care of it. That's how much they love you. Can you imagine how that helps his fast?
Yeah. And I sent him his itinerary. So I'm like, yeah, it's done. It's paid for. It's done. I'm like, you got to send me I need your date of birth and all that. And I got it set up for him. And he's just like, thank you so much. So I know Chief Midegah thanks you. He hates asking for money. And I said, you don't got to ask for money. I'll go ahead and ask for money for you. So thank you for supporting Chief Midegah. Listen, he has a very, very, very important mission. And I'm so excited that he has stepped up to the plate. There's that scripture, many are called, few are chosen. Why are they not chosen? Because they didn't choose themselves. And I'm so grateful that Midegah recognized the calling, knew what he needed to do, followed Spirit, and has been moving forward. And I feel fortunate that we happen to have him on our podcast. We developed an instantaneous friendship and relationship with him. And it's kind of cool because he said, Shane, I had a vision as I was getting ready to go start my mission, that there would be a media company created. And when I saw the name Zion Media, I knew that was it. And so, our goal is to help create Zion, to help gather Israel. And so thank you all for donating through the Venmo or through the Zelle. And like I said, please leave your name, your email, your number, or something so I can send you my thank yous. This promise I give to everybody who has donated or will donate. I promise you, the windows of heaven will open and pour down upon you. I promise you that will happen. I promise you the blessings that are talked about in Malachi chapter 3. And I ask you to test it. Donate and test it and watch the windows of heaven open unto you for helping Zion Media, for helping Chief Midegah, for helping get this message out there. And I'm so excited for all of you to watch the live stream. We're how many days away are we? We're 13 days away from a historic event in Independence where Chief Midegah is going to be addressing the remnant. Look at Jim.
David, do a little lion growl.
Yeah, come on, David.
Come on, David. Do a little roar.
Go, get off mute. We need to hear the young lion growl.
Come on.
Come on.
Okay, I want to hear in the chat if people want to hear me growl.
David, no, listen, I'm telling you, David, you need to either meow or growl.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yes, that was amazing.
Good. That was pretty good. Well, thank you all. And Jim, thank you for those super chats. They're all saying yes. And so thanks for the roar. The young lion roars. David the Lion Douglas is our young lion. Thank you, David, for all you do. Hey, we have a video coming out tomorrow. We recorded it today. It's one of the most emotional videos I've ever done. It was very spontaneous. I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock. My son called me at 5 o'clock. He says, Dad, go outside right now. There is a star that I've never seen before. I walked outside. He said, just look right above your head. I looked above my head and I saw this star and it was just like, boom, boom, boom.
Flashing again?
just a big star. Just you could see it twinkling, you know.
Yeah.
Seen on TikTok. Go look up Jacob's star if you're wondering about this star. And I came back down after seeing that star, and it just hit me. I got to do a podcast. I got to do a podcast on a specific topic. So I'm kind of the presenter.
What is it? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Tell me what it is. I don't like waiting like everyone else, Jane.
I'm gonna put it in the video tomorrow.
But we talk about some really cool stuff. We have the real MacGyver that comes on, David the Lion Douglas.
What's the subject?
The remnant returns. And tomorrow, for those of you who don't know, happy Indigenous Day. Get rid of Columbus. Columbus didn't find this place. They were already here. So
listen, I'm gonna fight for Columbus, you guys. Somebody's got to.
Indigenous peoples today. Hey, listen, I'm fighting for the indigenous people right now.
Don't we know that like angels ministered to Columbus and came to him a few times? Like, we're just gonna throw him under the bus so quickly?
I'm sure they did, just like we landed on the moon, Trevor. So I think our history.
That sounds like a very Protestant thing to say, Shane. You don't believe that angels came to minister to Columbus?
I'm sure he did, and he played an important role. But the time of the Gentiles, according to Midegah, is over. So tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day, and it is the time for the remnant to return. And so, yeah, Indigenous peoples.
Hey, how about David? How about when your people and when the indigenous and all of you guys are just like, hey, your day's not over. How about you don't treat us as bad as we treated you guys? How about that, David?
That's a big ask.
Yeah, but here's the cool thing. If you're from the tribe of Ephraim, you're plugged in with them. So you're good. We are that. We're the same. So happy Indigenous Peoples Day. That's tomorrow. But
so is that my day?
This video that's coming out is literally, the spirit was so strong. I got very emotional because I can feel the gathering swelling. I can feel the remnant returning. I can feel the Savior Jesus Christ coming to this earth. I can feel it. I can see it. I can taste it. It's happening. Jim says on a different note. What did he say? What did Jim say on a different note?
He says put Rigby's scripture in Cumorah. I will do that. I didn't have the PDF when I did my last update. I'll do that. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Hey, and listen, if there's anyone on this that has any apocryphal writings or like spiritual writings,
have you put the Book of Abaddon on there?
I don't think we have that in there. We might have that in there, but if you have some, please go to our contact us form and you can suggest them, give us a link, or there's a Drive button, a Google Drive button. You can upload the PDF and I'll put them in there. We're not, just so you guys know, things that are in Cumorah, there could be garbage in there, right? Like, we're not putting anything that we know is garbage, but we don't have time to read and review these things as they're coming in there. So we're putting them in there. So a lot of people, will read some and say, this one's kind of
like a library, right?
Yeah.
You go into the library, there's a ton of books in there. It doesn't mean all the books are good books. And it doesn't mean that you're going to like all the books, but you got to look through the books and decide which ones you want to check out.
And most of Apocrypha, how I look at my Apocrypha is I rank it, like on a sliding scale. It's like, hey, if I can get 10% gems out of an Apocryphal book and I have to throw the 90% away, they're new gems. They're new things to help me solve my religious puzzle, right? If I can get an Apocryphal book that's 70% accurate, oh, I love it. I mean, it's just like the best find ever.
I just learned that one of these branches in their church today announced that Midegah is coming on the 25th. So listen, if you're a member of one of those branches and you're watching this, let your ecclesiastical leaders know that this event's happening on the 25th. If you're in Missouri, if you're in Independence, you should be coming to this. You should 100% be coming to this. If you're coming from a faraway land, driving a lot of hours, we want you to come to Adam-on-Diamond on the 24th with us and meet Midegah and have a potluck. We want you to come to the 25th. Hey, and I got 100 seats available for those of you who want to come to the American Indian ceremony where we usher in the 8th age. Whatever that means, I want to be there for it. So again, if you can donate money to this to help us put on the best event possible.
Ushering in the 8th age. Let's end on that, because it's such a mysterious concept, right? And there's all these different talks in different religious and spiritual communities of like, we're moving into from Pisces to Aquarius, right? In that whole spirituality realm. The American Indians have their own vernacular, their own words for this, and they're moving into this 8th, is it age or era, Shane?
8th age, according to the Seven Fires prophecy.
So we have also the Muslims. I get some TikTok Islam where I get on some feeds, and they're believing that their 12th Imam is showing up. The Jews are looking for their Messiah. This move in Israel, all of this war that they're fighting right now, is coinciding with all of Zionism and their spiritual beliefs. We're looking, everyone is just looking, and you can't tell me that something is not going on right now in the world. People can feel it in their bones. They can feel it in their spirit. Every religious community and spirituality is being like, something's happening, something's changing. It's going to be such a big change that it's a new name. It's a new era.
Totally. I just want to shout out a couple of guys that I haven't mentioned. Randall Vaughn, he's a friend of the show. He lives out there. He's helping organize and orchestrate and putting me in contact with people. So thank you, Brother Randall Vaughn, for everything. Again, Jeff Foley, Spencer Aldridge, Tamara, and all of you out there that have donated to this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jay Stump says, Infinite Aquarius begins. Okay, whatever that means.
Hey, all I know is the age of Aquarius. This is the dawning of the something.
Yes.
That's my equivalent of David roaring.
Well, thank you all for how many people we still got on this live?
3. Just kidding. People. 123. Hey, 1, 2, 3. That's a good number, Shane.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 is a good number. It is a good number. Okay. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this live. Again, if you can help Chief Midegah and this event and Zion Media, please do.
Hey, if you don't have any money, or if you just are principled like me, and when you watch stuff, you're just like, I'm not going to give those guys any money. They're fine. Here's one way that you can help us. Get someone to subscribe for us. I care about that more than I care about money, because I just want to get our name out there and our videos out there, because I know that it has like a ripple effect. Get 2, 3, 4 subscribers. Get your family. Sit down with your best friend. Tell them to open it up and click subscribe. Literally, sit down and be like,
your favorite phone,
type Zion Media, click subscribe, watch them do it. That is a boss move, and we would very, very much appreciate that more than money.
Totally. We're trying to hit 10,000. We'd like to hit 10,000 subscribers. What are we at? Like 9.3 thousand? So we need 700
I think we
more
just hit 9,300, yeah.
To hit 10,000, we would love to hit 10,000 by next week when we're out there in Missouri. So, yeah, do us a solid. Share these videos. Donate to the cause. We're going to bring this event to you live, so you'll be able to watch it. And just so you know.
Shane, update. We're at 9,299. So we're not ending this live stream until one person clicks subscribe.
One more subscriber. Come on. We just need one more subscriber. Somebody hasn't subscribed that's watching right now.
This is super embarrassing. What if we're still on here at midnight and no one does it? We're just going to keep going.
Yeah, we will.
I have a quick story to tell about this. I used to work on the radio station at 88.1 The Beat in Ogden. Shout out Ogden. And I worked, when I first started, I was a senior in high school, and I did the midnight shift, right? And we just hit it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just showing everything that I
did the midnight shift, and my friends would tell me, bro, nobody's listening at 2, 3 in the morning. And I was the DJ.
You got 2 subscribers. Sorry to interrupt, but restart your thing. Sorry. I was waiting for the subscriber. We're at 9,300. Thank you.
All right, 9,300. Okay, so I worked midnight shift. My friends would tell me nobody's listening at 2, 3 in the morning on 88.1 The Beat, Trevor. And I was like, yes, they are. I know there's people. I know there's security guards. There's people working rent-a-cops in the mall. People are listening. There's truck drivers. And so I started doing fake giveaways where I would say, you know, the next 8th caller is going to get a 32-inch television. Nobody would call. And I was like, oh my gosh, nobody's listening. And so I upped it, you know, and I gave away on the air at 88.1 The Beat a Cadillac Seville, a 1993 Cadillac Seville. No one called for it. Not a single person called in for it. So I know what it's like to not be listened to and watched. And we appreciate you guys for tuning in to Zion Media. And yeah, if we hit our 9,300, we're done.
I just got a Zelle. Thank you for the Zelle that just showed up here. I want to shout them out for donating here. And I'm starting to get Venmos and Zelles. Sister Norton, Janiel, Janiel Norton. Thank you so much for your donation. Every dollar counts. So thank you so much. And there's so many other people more. My phone's blown up. I got 37 unread messages right now. And for me, that's a lot. So anyways, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. If you have any questions, reach out on our contact form. We hope to see everybody out there. We'll be going live again periodically from now until the event. Rally the troops. Let's gather Zion. For myself, I'm Shane Baldwin. For Trevor the Key Keys and David the Leon Lion Douglas with the roar. One more roar, David. One more roar. If you roar. Yes.
Hey, it was cool the first time, but that time, David, it was super lame.
Thank you guys for tuning into the live. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Hopefully we'll see you in Zion, Missouri.
Nauvoo would have rhymed. Hopefully we'll see you in Nauvoo.
Take care, guys. Love you all.